Hello everybody, welcome to today's tarot. It's Wanda here. Welcome everybody who's in Australia, those of you in the UK and the United States and in Asia. Really good to have you on this morning. Wow, you know, aren't you amazed at the insanity when you look at it from one perspective of the craziness that the insanity that happens usually around Christmas time. I've got to buy this and I've got to do that, and you know, getting everything organized and attending all the parties, and that can be really like stressful. Personally, I don't like that rush idea. I like to take a step back, but I played that game when I was younger, getting everything sort of organised. Can you see my new red ears that I've got on this morning? I've had the green ears on yesterday. I think they were green, and now I've got the red ones. What do you think? They look pretty good, don't they? I'm going to show up when I visit my mother. She's in a high security dementia ward, and I'll be showing up with these ears on in a few days' time when I can go up and say hello and wish her Merry Christmas. Anyway, so what I want to talk to you about this morning while I'm shuffling the cards very quickly is, you know, a lot of people want a lot of things. They desire change. And hello, everybody who's jumped on. If you're that kind of person, you desire change, it can't, what I want to say to you is you've got to put an effort into it. And Mel Robbins, one of my favorite entrepreneurs in the world, she is very straightforward. I love straightforwardness. I'm very straightforward too. And I don't bully around the bush. But anyway, she talks about this. When you really want something, or you desire it, and there's something you wish that you could have in your life and you're thinking about it, you can have that. It's absolutely yours. However, you have to put some skin in the game. I heard Eric Coe talking about that this morning, and I loved what he said. Whenever you want something, desire something, you have a dream, you've got to put skin in the game. You've either got to go and learn something, and you know, you're going to get exhausted. You're going to get tired out. And he likened it to his game of tennis. He hired, you know, he hired a tennis coach for 1 hour to help him get into shape or learn a few techniques. And he said, and he had him pushing the balls and hitting the balls on the court, and after about 5 minutes Eric was completely exhausted, and he went and had a drink of water and a bit of time out, and he thought, oh, I don't think I'll be able to do this. But he thought, now hang on a sec, you've paid for this. This is for you to show up, and this is for you to get going. And so Eric stood right up and goes, right, I'm tired, but I'm doing it anyway. You know, it's taken me a fair while to build my business, for instance. And there are days when I want to give up too, when I'm exhausted, but I don't. I put some skin in the game. Why? Because I have a vision of what I want for the future that is more than just me, because it impacts so many other people. I want to be able to impact more people. Why? Because I care about people and I care about their mindset. Why do I care? Because that can be changed. You no longer have to think in a limited way. And so that's why, you know, Monday to Friday I do these videos for everybody to give you some hope that there is that possibility. But you can't live on hope alone. You've got to put skin in the game. You've got to take the action, you know, and start with something that's right in front of your nose. And one more thing before I stop going on this morning and do the actual card reading is one more thing. I got to a point in my life when I was about 40 years old, and I was overweight and flabby, and I didn't want to be that way anymore. And one of my girlfriends said to me, hey, Juan, she said, why don't you consider trying a diet like this and exercising? And I used to love exercising when I was a lot younger. I think I just got so used to work, sitting on my bum, you know. Back then they just had computers sort of coming in as something in the home as well, aside from at work. And I didn't have time because I had to drive to work, and I didn't have time, and I didn't have time. But you know what? I made time. And by the time my day's end was over, and it was about probably 7:30 at night, I'd eat a light meal. I started to watch what I ate, and I went for a 3-kilometre walk in the dark, in winter, walked at night. I was scared, yes, because it was dark and everything, but I went the whole length of this long road that we lived on and all the way back. That was about 3K. And I did that every single night until I got to the weight I wanted to be. And then I found I had more energy in the morning, and I started walking in the beaches. Like, I almost became like a walker. You know, I was walking everywhere, and that weight just fell off. Now, why am I telling you this? Because whenever you want something, you need to put skin in the game. You need to get in there and do the hard yards, even when you don't want to. And if you find Mel Robbins on YouTube, she says, you know, you're never going to do anything in your life because you don't want to, or you don't feel like it. And that is the point when you say to yourself, I don't feel like it, or I don't want to. That is when you step further in, you lean further in to getting your desired result, whether it's in a relationship, your house, your new car, whatever you want, whatever you desire. I don't even like the word want, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So comment below right now. Tell me honestly. And when you write this in, you're not really telling me, you're telling yourself, have you been putting skin in the game? Have you been really, you know, or have you been just pretending to do it to make yourself feel good for 3 seconds? All right, putting skin in the game gets results. And that's why we have a big difference between who succeeds and who doesn't, you know. And I'm telling you now, I have done the weight loss thing, I have done the relationship thing, and I have done the business thing. And you know what? It is the best personal development you can ever give yourself, right? Putting skin in the game and looking at yourself in a different viewpoint of what you can achieve. And it's not just one thing that you do in your life, it's in all of those things. So you get to one level and then you're there and you go, oh, this is great. But you can't stay there because it won't be enough later on, right? And then you go, oh, I have another goal, and then you go up another level. And what does this all do? It teaches you how to be the best version of you, level after level after level. So once I reach my goal, I'm going to have another goal because I have a bigger vision for why I'm doing what now, and I can't let it go. I don't want to let it go because I know what my purpose is. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. My purpose is a very, very strong purpose. You know, sort of makes me cry a little bit, really, but anyway. Okay, here comes the card. So in the comments box, write it in. Have you been putting skin in the game? And what do you need to do to up-level yourself? That is the serious thing. You know, I've got a whole bunch of people booked for readings, and that is going to be what it's all about. I'm going to give you some really great strategies and help you, right? But you see, that is my value I give to you. So if you're a little bit stuck in everything and you need someone to give you a hand, and you can see me as a point of to help you, well then personal message me, and I'll put you on a call. It can be half an hour, an hour. And I'll get you sorted. I have a special way of doing my tarot readings. Not just I pull one card out and I talk to that. It's more in depth. We get right down to the nitty-gritty of what's holding you back, you know. And even after the call, if you don't take action after the call, your life is your responsibility, and everything that's happened in your life is because of you. And when you start taking ownership of the good, the bad, the ugly in your life, and not putting enough skin in the game, then you're going to be able to go, right, well, okay, this is a cause of me, the law of cause and effect. I've done it. I've failed. I've succeeded and have failed and succeeded, but I keep going. I keep going. In my mind, in my world, there is no such thing as failure. Put skin in the game, even when you don't want to, and you keep going and going and going until you rock. Okay, here is today's card. Oh my God, I love it. Look at that. It is the Nine of Pentacles. What does the Nine of Pentacles mean? There's a lovely woman there, and she's in a garden with a rock wall behind her and a tree with no leaves on it. So it's the winter, and the pentacles are about the material world. The pentacles are about money, actually. So for those of you who have been going, oh, I haven't got enough money and I haven't got this, haven't got that, when you start changing your mind about money, when you start visualizing it's only an energy, and every time you can pay for your food and for whatever you need, your bills, be grateful. Why? Why do you have to be grateful for paying bills? Because you are able to do that. Your energy is giving and you are receiving also. And some of you might think, well, that's not true because I'm constantly giving, 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 and I'm not receiving. And that is because of your mindset. Your mindset, you might have an idea that you don't deserve to be able to receive. That is usually a mindset with a lot of people that we don't even realize. But this card here, the Nine of Pentacles, is about receiving, being in a space of receiving, that what you really desire is coming to you. Now, this is more about, it's actually the card of abundance too in one way, but it talks about receiving a bonus, or somebody gives you a really great gift in a material way that you can utilize. It's really of value to you. So this is a great card because it can mean so many things in terms of material, money. It's coming to you, you know, and all you need to do is just change your mind about how you receive. Are you always a giver and not really good at receiving? Type that in the comments box. Are you that? Do you do that? Because if you think all the time that you've got to give and not receive, there's an imbalance there. And so therefore, the universe can't control what you give because you give that with your heart, but it certainly can control what you receive. And so that's all part of your vibration. It's all part of your energy. So be in the space of allowing to receive and putting skin in the game. All right, now who am I going to read for this morning? Okie dokie. I have got another guy on the line. Oh my God, I know all the beautiful girls are there too. It's so lovely to see people on the line. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, there's a Robert here. Hi, Robert. My son's name is Robert. I hope you're well. And remembering, Robert, this card's for you, but it's also for all of us online right now. So have you typed in the comment box below? And this is why I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it because when you type in, physically type in where you're not showing up in your life, right? Where you're not showing up and where you're not doing what you're meant to do, it triggers the subconscious, and you start to be aware of that. You see, awareness is key. This is for Robert Pucky. Where are you from, Robert? I hope you're still on. Where are you from, darling? Let me know where you're from, because I know a lot of you are from the UK and things like that. This is for Robert. Okay. It is the angel of nourishment. What does that mean? The angel of nourishment is about taking time out for you. Now, Robert, you might have been quite busy the last few weeks, whatever work you're doing. maybe you, and when I want to say this, is not about just what we do in this existence, you know, what we do here. Taking time out for you is also taking time out to reflect where you want to go next, where you have been. What mindset do you need to change? Is there anything in that reflection that you can heal or that you can think about? Stop avoiding, you know, in your realizations about what you can do to heal the now, right? Because you only just really have now. It also talks about, Robert, if you're thinking about changing your job, or you've had this feeling, it's saying here for everyone online right now that in whatever job and whatever work that you do, that in some way you are a healer, right? You have a healing power that is untapped. You, with your energy, have the power to nourish others. And you don't all have to be doing the same thing. Through your word, through your actions, through your programs, through you being your deep you are a healer, because this is what this card is all about. And even healers have to take time out to recharge their batteries, and being loving to yourself. When you can fill your cup, I always say this, you know that, whenever you fill your cup, you always are able to give more. Now, I'm saying that you're healers. All of you right now are hearing this, and you're going, oh no, I'm not. You have to learn Reiki and all this. You have that in you already. It's just that you don't realize it, because the old programs that you have been learning all this time have told you that you've been created in this box, and you think that's you, and it's not. It's not you. Okay? So in whatever you do in your life, whatever work, like I said, you are a healer. So don't be afraid to share. Don't be afraid to sometimes tell the truth to somebody if you feel they need to hear it. You're not deliberately hurting their feelings, but if you're seeing something that they're not getting, maybe you need to tell the truth to yourself, to others, the truth from your viewpoint. Do you follow what I mean? So here we've got the card, the Nine of Pentacles, which is about getting abundance, the abundance card, right? Receiving, being in the receiving end, and also when someone gives you something, no matter how big or how small it is, say thank you. That is so nice. And you're allowing that person to give them a hug, a kiss, whatever you want to do, shaking hands. You know, men don't usually like to hug, but who said that anyway? Men are allowed to hug, all right? So hug your mate, hug your friend. You're getting some money coming to you, or a great gift that's going to be so useful to you, and recharge your batteries, nourish yourself, fill your cup, and use your deep gifts of healing others through your word, your actions, just by being you. Guys, that's it for now. I hope that's been helpful. I'm going to be wearing this even up to Christmas Day, so get used to it. If you've got any ideas on what I can add on my head besides reindeers, I'm looking for some suggestions. Anyway, really lovely to have you on this morning. I really appreciate it, and I love doing this and getting your messages that tell me, Wanda, thank you so much. I look forward to your readings. It really helps me during the day. So today my message to you is put some skin in the game, be yourself, and fill your cup. The first step to any kind of change is learning to love yourself first. Guys, I hope that's been helpful, and I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday, and have a great sleep for all of those of you who already go to bed. I hope that's been helpful. Do a beautiful meditation. In the meantime, bye for now.